Alright, so this is 8102. Algebraically solve the system of equations below for x and y. Write your solutions in the form of the ordered pair xy, and then graph the system on your calculator to confirm your solution. Alright, so what we want to do is solve this. So we've learned to, since they're both solved for y, we can substitute. So we get 2x plus 1 equals x squared plus 2.6x plus 0.45, and then we want to move everything to one side, so then we get 0 equals x squared minus 2x is going to be plus 0.6x, and then minus 1 we're going to have minus 0.55. And so now we have a quadratic, so we want to solve this. So the easiest way here is going to be use the quadratic formula. So we know that x is going to equal negative 0.6 plus or minus the square root of 0.6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 0.55, and then divide by 2 times 1. And so then we get x equals negative 0.6 plus or minus. Okay, so what does this end up being? 0.6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 0.55, which this is the square root of 2.56 divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. So we know our solutions are going to be x equals negative 0.6 plus the square root of 2.56 divided by 2. And we know that x is going to equal negative 0.6 minus the square root of 2.56 divided by 2. Alright, so now this is a calculator problem, so negative 0.6 plus the square root of 2.56 equals 1, and then you divide it by 2, so then that's 1/2 or 0.5, however you want to look at that. And then negative 0.6 minus the square root of 2.56 equals, and then divide by 2 is negative 1.1. Okay, so that's the x values. So now what we want to do is we want to substitute that into y. And so when you do that, you get, let's see here, you get y equals 2 times 1/2 plus 1. So then y equals 1 plus 1, which is 2. So when x is 1/2, y is 2. Okay, and so then we need to do the other equation, so we get y equals 2 times negative 1.1 plus 1, and so y equals, what is that going to be, negative 2.2 plus 1, which ends up being negative 1.2. And so we get that for our second intersection, we're going to get negative 1.1 comma negative 1.2. And so this is where the two intersections happen. So now this problem asked us to graph it on our calculator to confirm our solution. So I kind of did this ahead of time. And so here's our graph, and we've got two intersections. So we could go and look in the table of values, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to go to zoom in. Let's see, let's move this over a little bit, and then hit enter. And then I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a little cursor right here. So you kind of just get that where you need it, and then you hit enter again. And so now it's going to zoom in to that spot. And so it looks like we have, at this point, we have an intersection. So the x is what, negative 1.1. Oh, actually, where are we? Let's see. I see where that is. So I have this little cursor here, and I'm just gonna, actually I'm gonna use the trace command because that's easier. So if I trace this down and get closer and closer, so this obviously, this intersection right here is the negative 1.1, and then the y looks to be negative 1.2 approximately. Now I don't know if you guys know this, if you want to get the intersection, to get these intersections, another way is to go second calc, and then we want the intersection, so you go to 5, hit enter, and then it says first curve, and if you notice, let me get out here a little bit so you can see it. So we've got the first curve is right here, you hit enter, and then it selects the second curve and it hits here, and then you hit it again, and then it says okay, we'll guess, and then hit enter again. Oh, so it gave me this one here. So but if we look, this one here is going to be roughly half, but we can do the same thing using our intersection command. So let's try it again. Second calc, intersect, hit enter. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get this closer. Let's see, try and get this closer over here. First curve. Sorry guys, a little slow. Go, 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 go. Okay, so first curve, hit enter. Then it goes to the second curve, hit enter. And then it says guess, hit enter again. And then we have an intersection of 1/2, 2. So our points, we've checked our points and they are correct.